One of the number one reasons that people are not having kids anymore is due to the cost of childcare. It is not feasible for most people to have one parent leave the workforce when they become parents, and so they rely on childcare. And in 2023, the cost for one infant to go to daycare in the United States was $13,000. That is the average. That is not the norm. I know where I live, which is a high cost of living area here in Massachusetts, it's over $20,000 a year for one child. That's not even an infant. An infant's more like $28,000 a year. The cost of childcare rivals the cost of in-state college tuition here in Massachusetts. Families cannot afford to put their kids into daycare. And before you come at me and tell me they should get a nanny, that is an even more expensive option for childcare. And rightfully so. Childcare workers need to be paid a livable wage. They need a living wage, and they're not getting one. And that's the thing. Families cannot afford childcare. Childcare workers cannot afford to continue in that field. And therefore, childcare centers are closing. They have not come back up to where they were pre-pandemic like everything else. Travel, concerts, entertainment, events, that's all above pre-pandemic levels. But childcare is still below it. Childcare continues to be something that families struggle with. And so many people are choosing not to have kids because they cannot afford it. They cannot afford the cost. And so if you are thinking about having kids, it is incredibly important to think about what you will do for childcare and how you're going to pay for it. But if you don't, it is really important that you are involved in this conversation because it impacts all of us. The lack of childcare is leading to drastic changes in the way that people view family planning and what our economy and country will look like in 10, 20, 30 years from now when a lot of millennials choose not to have children because they can't afford them.